Welcome back to the deep dive. Think about the average home around here in the DFW Metroplex.
Hmm?
Maybe it's, I don't know, 15, 20, even 30 years old. Built way back when smart just meant like a TV remote.
Right, different era entirely.
Exactly. And now that same wiring, that same electrical system, it's expected to power multiple computers, maybe a home office setup.
Huge AC units running nonstop in this heat.
Oh, yeah. And now maybe even an EV charger popping up in the garage. It feels like there's this real conflict brewing, aging systems versus just the sheer demand of modern life.
That tension is definitely real. And honestly, it can be a massive safety risk if it's not managed.
Okay.
So today we're doing a deep dive into how one specific local expert tackles this. They're called AT Electric LOC.
AT Electric, okay.
Yeah, they're mainly based out of Mansfield and Arlington.
Yeah.
But they really cover, that whole DFW area, which is growing like crazy.
Right.
Our goal isn't just to, list what they do. We want to dig into how they combine years of actual hands-on experience with what homes in North Texas need right now for safety.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. Because the sources, they show something interesting right off the bat. AT Electric LLC, the company itself, started in 2019.
Mm-hmm. Relatively new entity.
Right, family-owned, modern structure. But then, front and center, they talk about having over 25 years of experience.
Yeah.
So what's that gap tell us? It suggests they didn't just, start from zero in 2019.
Exactly. It feels like it's built on this really deep foundation of knowing the codes, doing the work for a long, long time.
Just consolidated, maybe, under a new banner.
That's how it seems. It speaks volumes, especially in the electrical trade. That 25 years, it isn't just marketing fluff.
Right.
I mean, they likely know all about the older wiring systems, the ones causing problems now, and they're up to speed on the latest codes, like the 2020, 2023 NEC updates.
So they've seen the whole evolution from maybe those old 100-amp services
Oh, yeah.
to the 200-amp systems you pretty much need today.
Absolutely. They've seen what fails and what's required now.
Okay, that makes sense. So they're not learning as they go. They're applying all that history to maybe a more responsive business model.
Seems like it.
So let's look at that model, explicitly family-owned and operated. And their mission seems built around two key things: speed and safety.
Yeah, and that speed element is pretty crucial for homeowners, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
Their core mission is stated as delivering top-notch service, but prioritizing safety and efficiency. And they specifically mentioned getting power back on promptly and safely.
Which, in a Texas summer, if your power goes out, prompt isn't a luxury.
Not at all. It's essential. Protects the family, protects the house itself from heat damage,
Mm-hmm.
Their vision, it sounds like, is basically to be the go-to provider in their community, known for good work, good customer care.
And that customer commitment, it seems grounded in their promise: safety first. Sticking to high standards, local codes, and that personalized service idea. Treating customers well.
Yes, and for you, the listener, maybe needing help right now, the practical stuff matters too. The sources highlight transparency.
Like the free quotes.
Exactly. Free quotes, and they stress honest, upfront pricing. No surprises later on.
That's huge in home services, that fear of hidden costs.
It really builds trust.
Okay. And just to nail down the geography, because DFW is massive.
It really is.
Main service areas are Mansfield and Arlington, but they cover a wider area too.
Yeah, they list places like Fort Worth, Grand Prairie, Burleson, Cedar Hill, Cannondale, basically a 20-mile radius from Mansfield.
So that's covering a lot of that southeastern part of the Metroplex, where so much growth is happening.
Precisely. Targeting the areas where that infrastructure strain we talked about is probably worst.
Okay, let's switch gears then. Foundational safety, because this is where that 25 years of experience probably really counts. The absolute core of home electrical safety, the panel.
Breaker box, yeah.
When AT Electric talks about electrical panel upgrades, why is that often the single most critical thing a DFW homeowner needs to consider?
Well, this is where you move from just fixing stuff to necessary replacement. A huge number of homes in DFW, especially built before the late 90s, maybe even early 2000s,
Yeah.
they still have old, undersized, and sometimes, frankly, dangerous panels.
Yeah.
Hear about certain brands like Zinsco or Federal Pacific.
Oh, yeah, those have a reputation.
A bad one. Documented issues with overheating, breakers not tripping when they absolutely should.
And if a breaker doesn't trip.
That's a fire hazard. Simple as that.
So if your panels, say, over 20 years old, or you're seeing breakers trip all the time, lights flickering when the AC starts up, that's not just annoying.
No, it's a serious warning sign. The upgrade directly fixes that potential hazard.
Okay.
It keeps the family safe, brings the house up to current code. They replace those old systems with modern, usually 200-amp panels. They're fire-resistant, deliver steady power.
Power needed for, yeah, the AC, the dryer, the
Hmm.
microwave, all running at once sometimes.
Exactly. It's like a heart transplant for the home's electrical system. Critical stuff.
Okay, so that deals with the internal stress on the system. What about the external hits? North Texas gets some wild weather, lightning, grid surges.
Power fluctuations.
That's where whole home surge protection comes in, right?
It really does. And you almost have to think of it as, like, essential insurance in this area.
Because of the storms.
Yeah, DFW gets a ton of lightning strikes,
Mhm.
statistically. Plus, the Texas grid can be stressed, especially in summer,
Yeah.
leading to voltage spikes and sags.
Right.
And this isn't just a power strip you plug in the wall. This is a device they install right at the main breaker panel.
So it's guarding the gate, basically, protecting everything downstream.
Precisely. It's the first line of defense. It sees that unexpected voltage spike coming in from the outside line, and it blocks or diverts that excess electricity before it races through your home's wiring.
Preventing it from frying.
But
TVs, computers, appliances.
all of it. Your smart TV, your fancy fridge, your computer, crucially, your HVAC system's sensitive components. And it even protects the actual wiring in the walls, which can get damaged in a big surge.
Huh. I never thought about protecting the wiring itself.
It's key. Honestly, putting in a brand new panel but not adding whole home surge protection at the same time, it kind of defeats half the purpose of upgrading.
They really work together then.
Absolutely. A complete risk mitigation strategy.
Okay, preventative maintenance for the digital age. Got it. Now, stepping down from the main panel, let's talk circuit health. They mentioned GFCI outlets.
Mm-hmm. Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Most people know you need those near water, right? Kitchens, bathrooms. But why are they so critical? What makes them different?
Okay, so it boils down to physics, really, and protecting us humans. A GFCI is like a super fast little sensor.
Okay.
It constantly monitors the electricity flowing out to an appliance and the electricity flowing back. They should be perfectly balanced.
Makes sense.
If even a tiny amount of that current finds another path, maybe through spilled water, or worse, through a person touching something they shouldn't, that's a ground fault.
Ah.
The GFCI senses that imbalance, that leak, instantly. And it shuts off the power in milliseconds, like incredibly fast.
Faster than a regular breaker would trip.
Oh, way faster. A regular breaker is designed to protect the wires from getting too hot and starting a fire if there's an overload. A GFCI is designed to protect people from electrocution.
Big difference.
Huge difference. That's why they're mandatory in kitchens, bathrooms, laundry rooms, garages, outdoors, anywhere water and electricity might mix. They make those areas much, much safer.
Okay, that clarifies it. Critical safety component. Let's shift now, maybe from just pure safety to things that improve how the home works and feels. Once that core electrical foundation sticks, the panel, the surge protection is solid.
Yeah, once that's handled.
Where do they focus next on making things better, smarter, more livable? Lighting solutions seems like a big area.
It is. And lighting today, it really does triple duty, doesn't it? There's the basic function, seeing things.
Right.
Then there's security, and also just, the look and feel, the aesthetics of your home.
Okay.
And the sources show they cover the whole range inside and out. Indoors, it's everything from safely hanging heavy stuff like chandeliers or ceiling fans, which needs proper wiring and bracing.
Yeah, you don't want those falling down.
Yeah, definitely not. To more modern looks, like recessed lighting, pendant lights over an island.
And they mentioned smart switches too. I like that. Being able to control lights remotely, maybe when you're away, that feels like a genuine security feature.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Makes it look like someone's home, deters potential intruders, huge peace of mind.
Yeah.
And then outdoor lighting, that's really focused on safety and security here in DFW. You've got walkway and driveway lights preventing falls, which is a liability issue too. And then things like motion sensor lights, security floodlights, really important for alerting you if someone's on the property, especially if you have a larger yard. Plus, they do landscape and accent lighting for looks.
Like the curb appeal stuff. And efficiency comes into play here too, I assume, especially with LED lighting.
Oh, big time.
We all kind of know LEDs save energy, but what's the real benefit for a homeowner beyond just a lower electric bill?
Well, the lower bill is nice, for sure, but the ROI, the return on investment, is really strong. And there are safety angles, too.
Like what?
LEDs run much cooler than old incandescent bulbs.
Less heat.
Way less heat. So in an older home with maybe older wiring, that reduces stress on the system, lowers fire risk, Plus, they last. I mean, the numbers are crazy, like up to 25 times longer.
Wow.
So think about that.
Hmm.
Less time spent up on a ladder, changing bulbs in high ceilings, lower maintenance over, 10, 15 years. It adds up.
Okay, that's a compelling case. Now let's get into the really specialized stuff. High demand modern services. Underground electric work and EV charger installation. These sound complex.
They definitely require specific expertise. Underground wiring, that's about getting power safely and invisibly to outdoor structures.
Like a shed. Or an outdoor kitchen, pool equipment.
Exactly. All that stuff that's become really popular in DFW backyards. You can't just run extension cords everywhere, obviously.
Hmm.
And you don't want ugly overhead wires or trip hazards.
Right.
So they bury the lines. Properly trenched, deep enough to avoid damage from digging or soil shifting, using the right kind of weather-resistant cable.
Yeah.
It needs careful planning, knowing where other utilities are buried.
Okay. And the EV chargers. That feels like it's exploding right now.
It really is. And installing one, it's not like plugging in a toaster. It's a major electrical addition to your home.
Why is that? The power draw.
Exactly. Most level 2 chargers, the kind you want for overnight charging, need a dedicated 240-volt circuit, often a 40-amp or even 50-amp breaker. That's a lot of power being drawn continuously for hours.
So you can't just slap that onto an old, already strained panel.
Absolutely not. You're asking for overload, potentially fire. So AT Electric, they handle the whole thing, making sure the circuit is correct, the charger is compatible with the car, installed right up to code for safety and peak charging speed.
Okay, so we've covered the technical side, the range of services. It's
Yeah.
pretty comprehensive, deep expertise. But let's circle back to that operational promise. The family-owned, personalized service.
Right. Does the reality match the promise?
Yeah. The sources have some customer testimonials, anecdotes. What do those actually tell us? Do they back it up?
They seem to. They put a human face on it. You're not just reading marketing claims. There's a specific mention of how the owner came out the second visit just to make sure a job was totally finished and the customer was happy.
That's pretty hands-on. The owner showing up.
Yeah, that direct involvement from leadership, especially with tricky electrical stuff, that builds a lot of confidence. You feel like you're dealing with someone who's accountable, not just a random tech dispatched from a call center.
And what about the promptness they talk about? Is there evidence of that?
There is. Repeated comments about fast, same-day service. Someone specifically mentioned getting a circuit breaker replaced really quickly.
Which might seem small, but if that breaker controls your AC in August...
It's not small at all. It means getting your life back to normal fast.
Yeah.
So it reinforces their own language, things like, we treat your home like our own, and you're not just another job, you're family. That kind of talk, backed up by the free quotes and upfront pricing, it does create a contrast with maybe bigger, more impersonal national companies.
Where you might wait longer or get hit with unexpected fees.
Exactly.
Okay, so if we try to synthesize this whole deep dive, AT Electric's expertise in the DFW market, it seems like it really boils down to managing that core conflict we started with. They're blending that 25 years of experience, knowing the old systems, knowing the codes,
Right, the historical knowledge.
with a clear focus on today's high-demand, high-tech needs. From the absolutely critical stuff like new panels and surge protection, all the way to lifestyle upgrades like EV chargers and smart lighting.
It's bridging the gap between the old infrastructure and the new demands. History meets modernity, basically.
Yeah.
And that brings up, I think, a really important question for you, the listener, to think about for your own DFW property.
Okay.
Given how tough the climate is here, the heat, the storms, and how quickly our home energy needs are changing, what's the real long-term value of investing proactively, like in a full panel upgrade or that whole home surge protector?
You mean beyond just stopping a fire or something?
Yeah, beyond just avoiding disaster. Think about increasing your home's actual resale value, protecting all those expensive electronics and appliances you own, ensuring you just have consistent, reliable power for the next 20 or 30 years. What's the real ROI on preventing problems versus the potentially massive cost and disruption of fixing things after a catastrophic failure?
That's a powerful thought. The proactive value versus the reactive cost. That really seems like the core lesson here. So if you're listening in the Mansfield area or wider DFW and this discussion about expertise struck a chord, the contact number we found in the sources for AT Electric is 682-582-550.
That's the number, 682-582-550.
All right, until next time on The Deep Dive, stay informed and keep thinking about what really powers your home safely.